My name is Jackie. I'm a person in long-term recovery. What that means to me is I have not put any alcohol or drugs in my body in the last 6.5 years.
My name is Santana Cole, and I'm a daughter of a woman in long-term recovery.
And I'm Jamie, and this is Recovery Inspired Hope. And we're so excited today to have mother and daughter here. Jackie Cole. Everybody, if you don't know Jackie Cole, then you should get to know her. Okay. And her amazing daughter, who I have gotten a chance to actually spend some time with and actually worked on her doing massage. Yes. So make sure you guys subscribe to Jamie Tull on YouTube, and we're going to get to hear just some really, really heartfelt what it was really like for you to be the child of a woman in recovery. And just wondering, if you don't mind sharing, what was it like before your mom became this amazing rock star in recovery?
It was really hard, especially growing up. Mm-hmm. I think ever since I was little, I had the memories of drugs and alcohol in my life, and it was just really a nightmare. Mm-hmm. Growing up. I was the one being the mom, basically.
Now, do you have any siblings?
No.
Okay, just you.
Just me. However, I was raised in the household with my grandmother and my aunt. My aunt had 2 daughters of her own. So they're kind of like my siblings now. So I guess it was like, I did have siblings, but no. Mm-hmm. It was hard.
And so, Jackie, tell us a little bit about, how you felt as being like a mom struggling with substance use disorder.
Well, before I got into recovery, I just couldn't stop. I know for the last 20 years, everybody said that I had a problem, and I didn't think I had a problem until I came into recovery, and it's changed my life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now, so how old are you?
I'm 20.
20. And so that means you were 14?
Yes, that's right.
She 14 when she came came back.
Yes.
And tell me, what was it like, all of a sudden, like, having your mom back?
I didn't make it easy.
So you were resistant. You had like resentment against her.
I had a lot of resentment, and even today sometimes it comes up. Mm-hmm. Because those tendencies will always be there somewhere in some form. But I guess I became the nightmare, because I was like, wow, I'm already 14. I went through all this stuff.
And you were, becoming a teenager yourself. Exactly. And then all of a sudden your mom comes back, and I'm assuming she wanted to be part of your life.
Yes.
It was hard. We both had therapists. She still sees somebody. I see somebody. So it took a lot of work on both parts.
And even today, it takes a lot of work.
A lot of honesty and vulnerability.
Yes.
Now, my children, they live with my mom still, and it is hard. I do struggle with it. And my son he's 16, and, children are pretty resilient,
yes.
With the forgiveness factor, you know what I mean? But it's still hard, and I still carry like so much guilt, from, if my son, being 16, going through 16-year-old stuff, I'm like, oh, it's my fault because, I wasn't there, or, so how do you kind of combat that guilt?
It took a lot of prayers. And like I said, it took a lot of work on both of our parts. I mean, I still have really bad memories sometimes, but through all the recovery and AA meetings, and just the biggest part of moving on was forgiveness. It took a long time for her.
For yourself?
For both of us. Okay. For her to forgive me and for me to forgive myself. I mean, I didn't even know how to be really a human being, and not even a parent. I had to, start at 42 just to grow up.
Right.
And yeah.
So, and what, can I just ask, what kind of things were going through your mind, with your mom not being there when your mom was still, not there? What kind of things were going through your mind, regarding your mother, regarding your relationship, regarding yourself?
Like when she first came into recovery, or in the past?
In the past.
In the past, it was just, I blamed myself.
Okay.
I always was like, okay, I'm not good enough. My mom doesn't want me.
Wow.
It was like I would cry and beg for her to stay. So even today, I struggle with that, like, self-love.
Mm-hmm.
And I know now, like, nothing could have changed the addiction.
Right.
Because it
Right.
is a disease.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It had a hold of my soul. I tried, and there was times where, things would go good. Then all of a sudden, she'd find something. I mean, I thank God every day that, the only reason I got sober was because I lost custody of her. But my life would not be okay today if it wasn't because of that.
Yeah, I know for sure. Your mom's been sending me gratitude lists for like a while. We send gratitude lists, and you're always on it.
I think I put Jay's ass.
Specifically your ass. Is
Jay's
always
ass.
on it. Yes. And then finally I got to meet you. Like, oh, here she is. Yeah. So, and what would you say, was going through your mind as far as like when you were in your active addiction and like wanting to be there but not being able to?
I just couldn't stop. There was so many things, times in my life that, I would get on my knees and pray. I mean, I just could not stop. She played softball, and, I tried to be the good mom, this and that, and then I'd get on other chemicals and stuff like that. But it was just like, I just couldn't stop.
It was hard.
It was very hard.
And even if, like, she wanted to be there for me, like, sometimes she would just take me to the sites.
But I wasn't
and
there.
I would stay in the car, or I would just go in the house with her. And even at a young age, I knew what was going on. So it was hard. And I always tried to protect her, even though I was the one that needed the protection.
Right. So now, and let's talk about like today. You've done therapy, recovery meetings, and I'm sure working with a sponsor and anything. Have you done any like Al-Anon or anything like that? Yeah. So you've done the Al-Anon.
Yeah.
So that was kind of you guys' like pathway to healing.
Yes.
Faith, 12-step programs, and just community network.
Yes.
Support. Yeah. So now what is it like today? What is your relationship like today? Because the things that you were just telling me is not the world that I see you two in today, and the relationship that you two have today.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So like today, like, of course we bump heads and everything, but we'll pray together sometimes. We'll help each other clean the house. Like, I'm living with her now with our dogs.
Lots of dogs.
I'll bring home dogs every once in a while.
Lots of dogs.
And we'll go to meetings sometimes, go out to eat. It's better. It's much better than what it was.
Yeah. For me, sometimes I find myself trying to make up for lost times, but then, we're just really grateful to be where we're at today, because, we didn't have nothing, even, with me and my addiction, to see where we are now, even just with apartment, a job, working for the state, and, she works at Walmart and does other things, it's God's grace.
Yeah, and I mean, you have a great job today.
I do.
You want to tell everybody what you do?
Yeah, I work for Advantage. I work for Proud. I work in medicated assisted treatment. I get to see a lot of people that I know and don't know in addiction, and I get to help them out. And I'm good at it.
Yes, and she's very good at it.
I love my job. I really do.
So out of this recovery, you have birthed a passion for a new career,
I do.
which is like a ministry. You know, it's amazing. A new spiritual relationship with your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
And a new, I mean, when I see you guys, I think of you guys as like best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call her a little too much sometimes, you know.
It's okay.
Like about 10 times a night, Mom, don't do it.
I'm in
20.
the room beside you.
Hey, what are you doing? You want to come in here? No, I'm 20.
Yep.
That's great though. That's amazing, and that's
Yeah.
just proof of, you know, God's work in you guys' life and your relationship and your recovery. Proof that the program of recovery does work. Recovery is real. Recovery is possible. Restoration of families is possible, no matter how long it's been, right? Because you were like 14, you know, that's a long time.
Yep.
So, you know, any advice that you would give to a family who may be going through something similar to what you went through?
I guess just keep an open mind that recovery can happen. And even though you see patterns or you know what they were like in the past, they can change.
Right.
I feel like everybody deserves a second chance, or even a third chance, or a fourth chance.
That's it. Yeah.
Like,
For
if
me,
you
it was
see
a
them
lot.
working, if you see them working the program and actually going to meetings, having these relationships that you've never seen them have before, like, just keep an open mind that they are trying
Right.
to change.
And expect recovery
That's
always.
it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, ladies, so
Thank you.
much for your stories, for your testimonies, for your courage to come and be so transparent with everybody about this issue. And you know, we're just gonna continue praying for the other families who who are just waiting for the restoration to happen and expecting that it is gonna happen.
Yes,
And thank you for
thank you.
having us.
You're very welcome. Thanks, guys, so much for being with us on Recovery Inspired Hope. Subscribe to Jamie Tall on YouTube, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.